Hello and welcome to the Karpfucius Says Podcast, the show where we talk about anything and everything related to living a more purposeful and empowered life. I am your host, Michael Karp, aka Karpfucius. Alright, welcome to episode number 12 of the Karpfucius Says Podcast. In this episode, we are going to be talking about a topic that I have been thinking about a lot lately and something that I've been applying to my life a lot. And it's been really beneficial for helping me to harmonize and balance things and just really bring things into the level of harmony that I'm looking for. And it's a topic that everyone is aware of in one area of life, but they are not aware of how this subject can be applied to literally every area and every single thing in their life to help them create more balance, more harmony, more joy, and more well-being. All right, let's dive in. So what we're talking about today is relationships. And when most people think of relationships, they either think of romantic relationships or family relationships or friendships. And that's natural because those are the relationships in our lives with the most emotion attached to them. They are the ones when someone says, my relationship or their relationship, you immediately assume it's a romantic one, right? So that's just a part of the language and a part of the culture. However, we have relationships with everything, right? We have a relationship with ourselves. We have a relationship with our home. We have a relationship with our work. We have a relationship with inanimate objects. Like we have relationships with our cars. You have a relationship with your cell phone. Right? You have a relationship with nature. You have a relationship with the city you live in. Right? So relationships, the subject of relationships is actually very deep. It's very deep and it's very wide. Right? And in my life right now, I've been working on paying attention to what's my relationship with this thing, and this other thing. And whether or not I feel I need to harmonize that relationship or heal that relationship and what that could do for me, right? How that could benefit my life. So, for example, right now, this is a bit more spiritual, but I'm in the process of healing my relationship with fire, right? And not so much the relationship with the actual physical fire, but the fire within me, right? Fire in a spiritual sense represents spirit. It represents passion. It represents excitement. It represents like that part of you that's a little bit difficult to control, but when channeled, it's so powerful. And we have a friend who's visiting right now, and he is very much a fire element type of person. He's very passionate, and when he talks about his past loves, there's so much passion in there. When he's listening to you, he's like dead focused. When he's looking at you, he's dead focused on what you're saying and like taking it all in. He's passionate about life and like living in the moment. And like when he's looking at a sunset, it's just like the most incredible thing, right? And that's the fire element within us. And just by him being here, he is helping to reawaken the spirit within me. He's helping to reawaken the fire within me because my own internal fire has been dampened a bit, right? My natural element is, one second, I need to take a drink of water. So my natural element is water, and lately my water has been a little bit stagnant, like a little bit, not enough movement and not enough I haven't been tapping into enough of my own inner fire, like to live in the moment and be more spontaneous and to let my inner spirit express itself. And so I knew I needed to heal because I have that awareness. I knew I needed to work on that relationship with fire. And even when I first started my business, entrepreneurship is very much a fiery endeavor, right? And I didn't channel my fire very well in the beginning of my entrepreneurial journey 8 years ago, right? Like I injured my body through working too much and working in not such a balanced way, right? And in doing so, I got tendonitis in my forearms, which lasted for like 6 years. I did heal them, right? But what is tendonitis? It is inflammation of the tendons. Inflammation, flame, fire, right? I was out of balance with my own inner fire element, right? And so I see the pattern over the years, and I'm like, okay, my relationship with fire could use some healing. It could use some harmony. It could use some balance. And then what can that do for my life? Well, for one thing, I could utilize my fire element in a more empowered way, right? Towards, having more energy for all the things I want to do, all the ways in which I want to help the world, all the ways in which I want to take advantage of my life here and live more presently, live more spontaneously, live more excitedly, right? And really bring all of the energies within me into more balance, which will create more health and more harmony in my life in general. And that's just one relationship, right? We have relationships with many different things. Like for example, you know how lots of people look at cell phones today and they go, oh, people are always on their phones. People are they're living more digitally than in the real world. And when families go and have dinner together, the parents and the kids are just on their phones the whole time, right? And they're not connecting with one another and communicating and all that stuff. So there's a certain group of people who complain about cell phones and complain about technology in general. But what I've realized is it's not about the thing itself. It's more about our relationship with the thing itself. Because the phone is just a phone. It's neither good nor bad, right? There is no moral judgment you can really have on the phone. It's how we use it. It's our relationship with it. This phone can be an incredibly and powerful tool for us to use in our lives. But if we have a disharmonious relationship with the phone, then it can be a powerful tool that can potentially even hurt us, right? But if you have a very harmonious, healthy relationship with your phone can be this massively empowering tool that can make your life 50 times better than if you didn't have it, And it's just a cell phone, right? It's just a phone that everybody's got. It's like this tool that has been it's the most powerful tool that humanity has ever created for the masses. I went to Southeast Asia, and even the fruit stand lady on the side of the road has a smartphone. Everybody's got one of the most powerful computers ever made in their hands. And so if you're saying, oh, the phone is the issue, it really isn't. It's the person's relationship with the phone, right? Or it's the person's relationship with this person. Or it's the person's relationship with their own body. Or it's the person's relationship with food, right? It's more about the relationship with the thing than the thing itself, right? Is fast food inherently a bad thing? Not necessarily, right? It's the relationship with it that determines whether it is good or bad for you, right? If you eat a certain fast food because you love it and it brings back memories of childhood, and like you eat it every once in a while on special occasions and it's really special for you, then you could consider that a healthy relationship with that fast food. But if you're eating that fast food to fill an emotional void, and because your work sucks and so you eat it every night after work, and you're trying to make yourself feel better, and it's like clogging up your internal biology and your inner like organ systems, and now you're having some health issues, right? I would say that relationship isn't so healthy. So is it the fast food, or is it our relationship with the fast food? Is it the thing itself, or is it our relationship with the thing itself? In my belief, it's way, way, way more about our relationship with that thing. And this is a way, 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 way more empowered way to look at it. Because if you say, oh, cell phones are the problem, you're saying the power is outside of us. You're saying these phones have power over us. This phone is a phone, man. It doesn't have any power over you. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're saying, oh, phones are the issue. Oh, we're getting all sucked into our phones. Oh, social media, like, oh, blah, 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 blah. But it's not social media. It's your relationship with social media. You still have the power. You need to harmonize that relationship. You don't need to say, oh, we got to get rid of social media. Like, no, sorry, it ain't going anywhere. So you got to harmonize your relationship with that thing, not try to get rid of it. And in this way, this is one of the methods of stepping into your own power. When you realize that you really are empowered already, right? If you just pay attention to what is my relationship with this thing, right? What is my relationship with this food? Or what is my relationship with this person, or with this place, or, with myself? And how can I harmonize this thing? Or how could my life be better if I did harmonize it? Like, could my body get healthier? Right? Could I be more joyful? Could I be less stressed out? Could I be more excited about life? Like, how could harmonizing my relationship with this specific thing really provide a lot of benefit in my life? And then once you know that, once you're like, okay, well, that is, that could be really good for me. Like, I want that. Like, I have a strong enough desire to harmonize this relationship. Then go about figuring out how to harmonize it. Then go about saying, okay, what could be my first step to improving my relationship with food, right? Or with this type of food. Or what could be the first step to improving my relationship with my inner fire, right? Like, for me, like, I've been so inspired to build a fire pit, right? Like, I just feel this calling from within. Like, it's going to be so powerful for healing my relationship with this element, to build a fire pit, to put a lot of intention into it, to make it very sacred, to make it very ceremonious. And we're literally collecting rocks to build the fire pit. And I looked up pictures online, like how to make this fire pit look cool. And in Costa Rica, there's a lot of rain. So we're like, okay, yeah, we can like put a cover over the fire so we can be near the fire even when it's raining, and it's just going to be magical. And my own intuition is telling me just by looking at the fire and appreciating it and thinking about my relationship with it and affirming to myself and affirming the intention of healing my relationship with this fire, healing my relationship with my inner fire element, and, thinking about how this element is such an important part of my life, an important part of my own inner harmony and inner balance. That is going to like harmonize the relationship more and more and more and more, right? And the thing is, it's going to be different, right? It's going to be different for every single relationship that you have. But the easiest way to get started, and the way that I start with everything, is to set an intention. Because what an intention does is it basically sends your energy out to do some work for you, right? Where you set the intention, the energy goes out, and it kind of helps to create synchronicities and serendipity and certain events and circumstances that will help you get what you want, help you manifest what you want to manifest. So for example, if you want to harmonize your relationship with social media, say, is my intention to harmonize my relationship with social media, right? I don't know exactly how it's going to happen, but it's my intention to bring this relationship into more harmony, more balance, so that I can be a beneficial contributor to social media, and social media can contribute beneficially to my life, right? And then you let it go. Then you let that intention go, that energy is out there, and then you just pay attention to what happens, right? And that relationship, usually just by setting that intention, the relationship will start to harmonize very quickly. Things will happen, things will come together, and it'll get better. It'll balance out. So that's the idea. Pay attention to the relationships you have in your life, because you literally have a relationship with everything. It's all about relationships. Like, you have a relationship with your own mind. You have a relationship with your own thoughts. They say the mind is like a garden, right? And each thought is a seed that you plant. And when you think that thought again and again and again, now you're watering that seed. And now that seed is starting to grow, and now it's becoming a plant, and now it's starting to flower, and now it's starting to bear fruit. And are those the thoughts that, are going to empower your life or not, right? Like, what is your relationship with those thoughts? What is your relationship with what you imagine in your mind? And are you utilizing your mind to uplift yourself? Like, what types of thoughts are you thinking about yourself? Are you thinking thoughts that are like bringing you down? Or are you thinking thoughts that are uplifting you, right? Because that relationship is very important. What is your relationship with your own body? Are you taking care of your body, right? Are you appreciating it? No matter how it looks. When you look in the mirror, you're going, damn, I'm looking good, Like, when I was 135 pounds and I was looking at myself in the mirror after losing 40 pounds, like, I still looked at myself and I tried to flex and like, oh damn, I still have a little bit of muscle left, And like, I tried to maintain a healthy relationship with my body no matter how it looked, and like, my body's been going through changes. It's like doing a whole bunch of different stuff over the years, but my relationship with it has continued to improve, which means I've continued to feel better and better and better about myself. And that's incredibly powerful for my life, because it improves everything else. Like, it improves my interpersonal relationships with people, right? It improves my business because I'm more confident in myself. It improves, my ability to meet new people and like to be excited and to be joyful, like, that's massive, right? So there's a systemic effect here. Like, everything is about relationships. So when you improve your relationship with one thing, it will improve your relationship with other things, right? Everything is connected. All is one in the universe. Like, we are connected to everything. So when you harmonize one relationship, it's like a domino effect. Like, other things start to harmonize, other things start to improve, other things start to balance out, and things start to get better with momentum. like it gets better and better and better and better and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger ways over time by you harmonizing the first relationship, and then the second relationship, and then the third relationship, and then the fourth, and so on. So, I hope this awareness has really set off some light bulbs for you in the topic of relationships and how they relate to our well-being, the harmony in our lives, the balance in our lives, and how incredibly, incredibly powerful it can be to even just harmonize one relationship in your life, and how that can create a domino effect on all of the other relationships that are important to you. All right. Thank you so much for listening. I do appreciate it. And if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email at michael@karpfucius.com, and I will see you in the next episode. Peace. And one more thing. It took me 8 years to figure out what my life purpose really was and start following it. But once I did, my life really changed, and I gained a sense of clarity that I've never had, and it has been carrying me forward ever since. I know what I want, I know where I'm going, and I'm super excited about it. And I'm not getting distracted by things that are not in alignment with my purpose anymore. If you want to find your life purpose, if you want to really know what you want in life and where your life is going, then I highly recommend checking out my new book, The Purpose Discovery System. This book walks you through a 5-step process to find your life purpose, define it with clarity, and make a plan to follow it, even if you are totally lost right now and have no clue what to do with your life. I created this book to help people gain clarity and know exactly, without a shadow of a doubt, what they want in their life and how to start getting it. If you're interested in checking out the book, go ahead and click the link in the show notes or in the podcast description. Your purpose awaits.